Hello, just want to make this video. It's about a topic that correlates to Pine Parallel and his situation, but and also there's my new desk I was talking about in the previous video. Anyway, just feels like the middle of the island is a mess. I'm proud of Pine Parallel for understanding that most immigrants are okay, and that they're not causing trouble. He's just talking about the ones who have criminal records. I think they belong in 1-week rehab before being let out into public, though. And also, it's like New York State just doesn't care about the disabled. Especially on Long Island. And the senior home in Elmont is taking way longer than it should to rebuild after a flood. Elderly people are in a terrible place in Uniondale. I've heard Uniondale, despite being on the South Shore, is actually not a good place. And there's just a lot of problems going on in New York. One of the reasons why I would think that they're forcing me out, even though I'm not doing as nearly as bad as Pine Parallel, I wouldn't want to move to New Jersey because I have a lot of friends in my social group here. But with transportation being hard, because New York State has ridiculous policies for getting a driver's license, you know that deal, the 5-hour video. That isn't guaranteed once you first take it. Anyway, that's another reason why people are being forced out of New York, is that 5-hour video. Because they just can't handle watching it, and they don't want to go through that. So they'd rather drive in New Jersey. Live in New Jersey where they can drive just by taking the test after the permit. Like, what's so wrong with that? Why can't we do that? New Jersey and Pennsylvania, they've proven it to be easy and safe to do it like that. You're just gonna have not gonna have enough bus drivers or train drivers in the state if you're gonna continue doing the 5-hour video. I've gotten into a rant about that before, so I'm not going to make a whole video about that, but it seems like Kathy Hochul wants to, and Eric Adams, of course. Eric Adams is the next person we need to talk about, because he's trying to force people out of New York with his corrupt extremist policies. Like, what he does with... I don't know what he does exactly, but I know that he's an extremist. I mean, recently he wanted to, ban cell phones for people under the age of 16. That's ridiculous. Now, it's good that we have the legal migrants in the New York City school system, but there's also the illegal migrants who would need the rehab first before going. Hopefully that's what they're doing. We can't have rehab be, too long. It would be, too much time out of their life. But there are lots of reasons why New York State is trying to force out people. They make Nice Bus unreliable. They make the B line and Suffolk Transit not run often enough. They make bus transit outside the city not run often enough. They have their buses in the city often say, "Next bus, please," when it's crowded. Just leaving people stranded on New York City bus. The subways, they're far from perfect. They need a lot of help, too. New York State is just being a pain when it comes to why can't you just fix the subway stations and their equipment for the summers? Why can't you just do that fast track? It's all about making things more complicated than it needs to be. Or it's all about the money. This is why we need to get rid of the Conservative Party in the country, is because of the way they're a danger to our country. They're ignoring real issues. Like right here in Eastchester, where I live. Well, back in 2011, the Republicans who actually still run this nasty town. I wouldn't say the town's nasty, but it's run by Republicans. The Republicans wanted to get rid of the Eastchester school bus system, just so they could have extra money in their personal pockets. New York State, it's really downhill. And also, New York State doesn't have Wawa stores. That doesn't have to do with politics, though, but it's another reason why New Jersey is a great place, and why people are being forced out to go there. I mean, I wouldn't want to go to Tom's River, because it's in the middle of nowhere. That's where Pine Barrel I would be forced out. If it was me getting forced out, then it would be more like Newark, or somewhere along the NEC line, or somewhere along the Morristown line. Because those places are nice. Like, I'm talking about more like metropolitan New Jersey as a place to live. And there I can easily just live off of a shipping port in Bayonne as my source to go to money. Those are easy to do. And then whenever you lose your house from like a vacation, and then people take over, and if you tell the people who took over your house illegally to get out of your house and you just kick them out, you just get arrested in New York State. Unlike other states of the country, but you have every right to your own home. How could you get arrested for kicking people out of your own home who are invaders? These issues need to be addressed. They're trying to force the poor, middle class, disabled, and seniors out of New York State by cutting funding, by discriminating against them when it comes to, like, typical housing. Actually, my house, I was discriminated against for this apartment because I didn't have a career. I just had to use my mom in order to get it. And then get the funding from the state that pays for most of it. I mean, I could have sued my landlord, but I decided not to. And then these apartment buildings that don't allow cats in them. I really need a cat for my mental well-being. And then that brings into the next thing. So many people here having dogs, just like nasty dogs. I know that's true in every state of the country, but their dogs don't behave. And then just like the 2016 election that was rigged, I know I'm getting off topic, but the Donald Trump-Hillary Clinton election that was rigged, there was a Nickelodeon election after that in the spring, with Rufus too. Another rigged election, because, dogs won, and, cats have a lot better traits than dogs. Dogs are obviously the worst pet. But yeah, the main reason why I'd be forced out of New York State is because I need a car to get around. And I can't do it with that 5-hour video in the way. A lot of people can't. It's time we rise up against the government and say, this 5-hour video is ridiculous. But instead, people just sit there and take it, just like how my classmates in first grade at EWS sit and took the abuse of the first grade teacher, the Wicked Witch of the West, from Waverly School in Eastchester. Because that's what I called that teacher, the Wicked Witch of the West. Whereas the other teacher, who was the Wicked Witch of the West, people did complain about, actually. Just shows the difference between mainstream students and special ed students. And that brings me to the last thing, New York State's education system, which is just completely bullshit. It is just out of control. The way they treat their high schoolers, like they hate them. If you're going to treat your elementary schoolers with tender love and care, why can't you do the same with your high schoolers? Doesn't everybody matter? I think everybody does matter, but you treat high schoolers like they don't matter, just because they're older. It even showed that way in first grade at EWS with that Wicked Witch of the West teacher I had. She was not like the kindergarten teachers at all. I was like, I could tell her that you can learn how to teach from the kindergarten teachers. Learn from them. But I wasn't smart enough or knowledgeable yet as a 8-year-old to be able to say that. So yeah, New York State needs to get their act together with high school. Get rid of the Regents system, or get rid of the Regents requirement at least. Get rid of passing and failing as a thing. Have everybody get credit for their hard work. All that stuff needs to happen. Because it's the hard work that matters. This is a long video, but there are a lot of reasons why people are being forced out of New York, especially Long Island. The anti-disabled, the white finance professionals on the South Shore that are not like me. I'm a white finance professional, but I'm different. It's Wall Street. The school system, the requirements for getting a driver's license. I'm thinking about, like, if I had a second home, maybe it would be in New Jersey, like in the north part of New Jersey, in metropolitan New Jersey. That would be nice.